just very simple, turning the waist. And so just turning from the very core of the body, we'll just do a few minutes of that and just see if I can manage to do that without smashing my knuckles against anything. Okay, so yeah, the idea of the warm-up exercise is just to get the chi flowing deep inside the body. And so if you're watching on YouTube and you want to just do a meditation, that'll be in about 10 minutes time. So you can just sort of skip the video forwards. But I do always recommend even doing a very light version of this warm-up exercise. Um, the idea is that as we move from side to side, as we tap gently, tapping onto the side of the body, what's happening is that we're just stimulating the flow of qi deep inside. So the forearm falls across the belly and taps against the tummy button. The forearm whacks gently in the middle of your lower back. And these are two really sort of key places to get qi and energy flowing in the body, hitting on the tummy button, hitting on the small of the back, the kind of matching point opposite your belly button. And so it's really, really key because it just gets the energy flowing deep inside the body. And when we sleep, the energy kind of slows down. The energy becomes a bit kind of lazy, if you like. And so in order to stimulate the energy, we just do this little exercise. And so getting your blood and chi flowing around is never a bad idea. Hence the reason I start every class with these exercises. They're my absolutely go-to standards just to get the body moving. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm slightly sort of contained in a small room today. So we'll do a sitting meditation afterwards. The choice between sitting meditation, standing meditation, lying down meditation just kind of depends on how much energy you have at the moment. So Dr. Pang chose the standing form. Standing, you can't see at the moment, but with your feet shoulder width apart, so wider than your shoulders even. Um, sorry, as wide or wider than your shoulders is a very good stance. With your knees gently bent, just unlocking the knee joint, nice straight back, shoulders relaxed. And that gives you what is really the optimum position for gathering chi. So one of the major problems, I would say, with illness is that we tend not to have enough energy. Okay, so this is taken as being the sort of the baseline. You don't have enough chi to support your ongoing requirements, as it were. And so, yeah, he says that standing qigong is the very best way of gathering lots of extra energy. But it just depends. I mean, you may not actually have the energy, the strength to do that. And so the next step would be to stand for as long as you can and then just sit down. So very often I recommend that you have something like a dining room chair, just right behind your knees almost. So you can be in this standing posture and you can be just standing and gathering lots of energy into your body, harvesting extra chi to kind of make you feel better, to make you feel stronger. And then perhaps at some stage you think to yourself, oh, I can't stay standing any longer. And then you can just drop your bum down into the chair and carry on without losing your chi state, as it were. So yeah, and then of course, perhaps you don't have the energy to even stand up or sit down. And then why not just lie down and do the exercises anyway? The exercises are visualizations. We go through these very simple set of visualizations just to help ourselves heal. So the next discussion comes in as, what is healing? Well, healing is changing the state of your body from its current state to its original state, taking it back to where it was before. And so, yeah, I mean, some people, you know, my teacher Lou, he likes to say things like, um, Just remember yourself when you were 18, when you were absolutely in your prime. And I always point out to him that 18 sometimes was a disastrous time for some people. I suppose, across the board, we're probably at our healthiest between 18 and 20. There are moments we can think of being super fit, feeling fantastic. But perhaps, specifically 18 wasn't a very good year for you. So maybe better to think of 17, 16, 21, 23, that kind of thing. But what we're talking about is this idea of reverting our bodies back to a time when we really felt fantastic. And so one of the tools we use is the idea of you at a perfect time in your life. Perhaps you have one photograph of yourself that you always think of. And you look at it and you think, yeah, that was good. That was me really enjoying myself at a peak time in a perfect situation. Everything was going well. Generally, what that means is that you had no responsibilities as life has now. Eh? Yeah, carefree is the word that people use. Oh, there's me, young and carefree. But it serves very well as an idea of um, how we might kind of, access that feeling. And so very often when you work with things like hypnotism and psychologists often regress people back to this, to a safe place. Think about a perfect garden, a perfect forest, a place where you were happy, a perfect piece of countryside. And it's exactly the same thing. It's about finding a kind of a safe version of you, where you were untroubled and you were carefree, a safe place you can go back to in your um, library of your body and think, yeah, I would like to return my body back to that state. So this is what we do is we take up a standing posture and we heal our bodies. If we can't do a standing posture, sit down and heal our bodies. If you can't sit down, lie down and heal your body. Because in reality, the body is about, 20% of the process and the mind is about 80% of the process. And so, yeah, what we really need to do is just to find a workable situation where our mind will play ball, as it were. Okay, so let's just take this exercise and adjust it a little bit. We'll make it a little bit longer. So open your spine up, look over your shoulder. We'll just have a few more of these very long, gentle opening turns. Good, and then just let everything slowly come to a halt. It just slows down, it just gently stops. It doesn't stop abruptly. It just comes to a gentle stop. We can gather energy back into the body. So imagine you can plug your hands into the earth. Imagine you can lift a ball of energy up into the air. And then just imagine you can pour this ball of energy down through your body. The target is deep into the belly. So draw the hands down. And we focus them behind the belly button, deep into the belly. And then you can let your hands relax. And the chi just flows back down your legs, like making a circuit. Let's do the same again. Hands in the earth. Gently lift up. Pour the chi down through the top of the head. Pour the chi down through the center of your head. Pour the chi down deep into the center of your chest. Pour the chi down deep into the center of your belly. And then just let the hands relax. And the chi pours down your legs. Goes back into the earth. Lift and gather. And gently pour. Draw the chi down. Focus the chi down. Okay, and a little change to the advertised program. We're going to just do some, it's called Ren Mai Do Mai, a simple set of bends, which just takes us backwards and forwards in a nice, easy bend. So I've got a more detailed version of this that I often do in class, but we're just going to do Ren Mai Do Mai today, which makes it a bit more simple for my camera work. Okay, it's just opening the Ren channel, opening the Do channel, which comes down the spine. Okay, so first of all, start by opening the front of the body. Just raise the hands up into the air, stretch them up, And then we gently lean the body back and feel the whole front of the body open up. Stretch open, lean back. Just feel that you can allow the whole body to stretch from the breastbone right up. Don't let your head fall backwards. We're not staring up at the ceiling. Keep the chin gently tucked in as we just lean back. And then stretch up into the blue sky and bend forward and just let the arms and ears follow over. And we're just going to let the body go into a pike bend. Let the body hang down and relax it. Back of the neck is soft and relaxed. Stretch gently down towards your toes and just let the back of the spine open. Okay, we're going to roll up, stretch up, gather up, open, and lean back, and open the front of the body. Stretch the front of the body open. Stretch up, go forwards, roll down, and lower yourself gently down. Let the body hang down, back of the neck relaxed. Sink down towards your toes and really let the spine open and stretch. And then we come back up again. Roll the spine up, lift up, stretch up into the blue sky. Lean back, open the front of the body up, from the breastbone to the chin, I suppose. Opening the front of the body. Stretch up, roll forwards, roll down, gently flowing down. Back of the neck is nice and soft. Let the body hang down. Try and keep your legs straight from now onwards. So straighten up your legs a little bit and just feel them stretch slightly. Roll the body up. Come up. Stretch up. Hands in the blue sky. Knees and hips drift forward as you lean back and open the front of the body. Up and gently forwards and roll down. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. Back of the neck is soft and relaxed. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. Legs as straight as can possibly be. And we just stretch softly down towards our toes to really stretch the hamstrings. And then start to roll up, gently up, stretch up, hands up into the blue sky. Open the front of the body by letting your knees and hips drift forward. You can softly lean back. Stretch up, forwards, roll down, slowly down. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. Relax and hang for a moment. Stretch down towards your toes. For the last time, gently roll up, roll up, roll up. Stretch up. The knees and the hips drift forwards. You gently lean backwards, up into the blue sky. And then just draw the hands over the crown of the head. Let the chi gently pour down through your body. Move the chi from the top of the head all the way down into the center of the chest, all the way down into the center of the belly. Chi just gathers in the center of your belly, and then you relax the hands, and the chi flows down your legs, back into the earth. Lift from the earth, up, up, up. Blue sky chi. Pour down, pour down, pour down. Draw down. Send the chi deep inside. Down into lower dantian. So dantian is the name of this lower energy field behind your belly buttons, where all the chi collects. But we have three energy fields in our body that are really important. And there's many, but the three really important ones in Chinese medicine. So upper dantian is in your head. So first of all, imagine pouring this energy down into the center of your brain, really, really stimulating everything in your brain, everything in your head, filling everything with chi. And then we move down through the throat, moving deep into the center of your chest, drawing all the energy there. Center of the chest, behind the breastbone, is where the chi is stored for all the organs. So we pour it into middle dantian, and then we move it down and we pour it into lower dantian. And then we relax our hands, and the chi flows down the legs. So these three energy fields studded through the body. Let's pull them through one more time. Lift chi up into the air, pour the chi down through the top of the head, and fill your head with this beautiful energy. Everything in your brain working well. Draw this chi down through your throat into the center of your chest. All the organs and all the organ systems working well. Draw the chi deep down into the center of your belly. This vast reservoir of energy for every single system in the body, every single cell in the body working well. And then relax the hands and the chi flows down in the legs one more time. Let's just do some very simple side bends to finish off this little exercise set. Raise your right hand up into the blue sky, take a breath in, and then head across towards the left hand side. Stretch out the right side of the body and just let it open up. Breathe in, lift up on the right. Swap the hands over as you breathe out. Breathe in, stretch up on the left. And let's head across, opening the right side of the body. Breathe and lift up. Swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. Head across to the left. Breathe in, lift up. And exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. And work across to the right. Let the whole left side of the body open up. Do one more for each side. So breathe in, stretch up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. And head across to the left. Sorry, yes, that's right, head across to the left, but open the right side of the body. Last time. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, swap over. Breathe in, stretch up. Head across to the right side. Great. Breathe in, lift both hands up in the air. And then we can pour the chi down through the body one more time. Moving the hand through your head, moving down into your chest, moving down into your belly. Relaxing down your legs into the earth. Lift and gather. Pour down. Upper dantian is abundant, the upper energy field filled with chi. Middle dantian is abundant, the middle energy field filled with chi. Lower dantian is abundant, the foundation of all of your chi deep inside. And then allow the hands to relax and the chi just continues flowing in the legs like a circuit. Let's lift one more time. So normally 3 times is enough to make you feel relaxed, balanced, calm, settled, deep inside yourself. But if you feel like you need to do more to make yourself feel balanced, that's okay, go ahead. Deep into the belly. Very good. Okay, last time, we're just going to bring our hands all the way through the dantians as we've done before, but this time we're going to rest our hands on the belly, gathering the chi down, drawing the chi down through the head, draw the chi through the neck, Draw the qi through the chest, through the middle dantian. Pour the qi down into the belly. And then we can just put our hands on top of the belly button. Just settle your hands there. When you put your hands on the belly button like this, the energy starts to gather deep inside. So this is the end of the exercise part. Now we move on to our visualization, healing part. So what I always do is I work with Dr. Pang's 8 phrases. Dr. Pang created a kind of poemic form, which is 8 lines of 4 characters per line, 4 Chinese characters per line. It's a very sort of standard Chinese form, like a lyric or a sonnet. He tried to encapsulate everything you need to know about Chen Qigong in this beautiful little poem. So the first thing I'm going to do is sing it for you in Chinese, and then I'm going to translate it for you. See if I can adjust the sound profile today. I think maybe that's working, I hope. Sometimes if it doesn't work, it sort of cuts my audio out, but anyway, hopefully you'll get the basis of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go through the song, as it were, and then I'll go through the English translation, and we'll just carry on into our sitting meditation after that. So you can sit now if you wish, or you can sit in a few moments. Up to you. So this just brings us deep inside. Find your mind behind your hands. Feel how your belly feels. The hands gathering qi deep inside. The mind gathering qi deep inside. So the 8 phrases goes like this. Dou Tian Che Di Xun Song Yi Qiong Huai Ji Yen De Ji Qin Chong Yin Yang Bo Qi Shen Ju Dai Kong Shen Yi Jiao Ti Ocean Rong Rong Ocean Rong Rong Ocean Rong Rong. So when we translate the 8 phrases, it sounds like this. Imagine that your feet can connect into the earth. But imagine going beyond the earth, out into the blue sky beyond. Imagine going out into the blue sky beyond that, out into the universe. Same for the head, up into the blue sky beyond, out into the universe. But not just above and below, backwards and forwards, left and right, in 1,000 directions. We allow ourselves just to soften and relax into the universe. Dissolve into qi. When we do this, it lets the whole body relax. Just let go of any tension. Soften into the background qi. Allow your mind to do this expansion out into the universe. No distracting thoughts. Mind is clear. When we take up this state, it's then impossible to tell what's inside and what's outside. So we're really trying to merge with nature, really trying to become one with everything around us, really trying to settle into the chi field. If you spend all of your time feeling separate from the world out there is a nasty place, then everything is going to be a problem for you. But if you can allow yourself just to soften into the idea of nature, just to relax into nature, then everything becomes so much more doable. Nature supports you. Become one with the trees, the grass, the mountains, the rivers. No longer fighting against nature, now becoming one with nature. Can you allow yourself to do that? Can you give yourself permission to do that? Sometimes it's really tough for us to let go, to really let go. Sometimes it seems scary. If I let go, who am I? What will I become? The truth is, you've always been nature. You've never not been nature. So allow yourself to move back into nature. Allow yourself to become one with nature. Soften all the sharp edges. Dissolve all of the problems. Settle back into this unity consciousness. So when we do this, it really allows us to open ourselves up. What does that mean? Held deep inside can be physical problems in the body. It might be pain in the joints. It might be something that a doctor's told you about. It could just be a feeling of tiredness, old age, whatever it feels like. How about we let go of that? How about we really, really let go of those things? Let them dissolve back out into what we call the chi field, the energy that surrounds you, the energy that makes up our universe. So if you can really, really start to let go of these ideas, we have these terrible ways of talking about people. We say, oh yeah, he's a Parkinson's person, he's a cancer person, she's a diabetes person, something like that. And that is a real label that's stuck to someone. So if somebody has stuck a label onto you, why don't you let it go? Why don't you let it go at the deepest level? You don't have to hold on to their stories they give you. It doesn't have to be your story. Just release it. Let it go. Let it dissolve. Let it just drift into the background. So we open ourselves up in this way, and we open ourselves up into the universe, and we really let go at the deepest level. Really let go at the deepest level. And then, of course, when we open ourselves out in this way into the universe, we can also gather lots of healing chi back into our bodies. So imagine the vastness of the universe is just made of this incredible undifferentiated chi. The whole of our universe is made of the same energy that makes up you. So if you feel that you haven't got enough of it, there's an entire universe to supply you. And so when we let ourselves go, we can sort of drift out into the four corners of the universe. And with that, we let go of all of our problems. They dissolve and disappear. And then we bring back healing energy into our bodies. From the entirety of the universe to deep inside you, this fantastic healing chi can go into every cell of your body. Such an easy tool, the idea you can just open and let go of all these problems. They don't have to be yours anymore. And then they can just you can just gather back incredible healing energy from the vastness of the universe. Sometimes our problems are not physical. Sometimes our problems are emotional, psychological. Somewhere deep in our subconscious, there's a story that runs our lives. How about letting go of that? Letting go of the anger with your dad or your mum, letting go of the anger from your grandparents or whatever went wrong at school, letting go of the anger of religion that's controlled you or people that have controlled you, letting go of anger with colleagues or friends or family or children. What about letting go of all of it? You don't need to hang on to it at this level. We're just allowing ourselves to dissolve into the chi field. So if you feel that you have, I mean, I've mentioned anger, but it's got a lot of sadness perhaps, a lot of grief, a lot of guilt, a lot of worry, anxiety, a lot of fear, just let go of it at the deepest, deepest level. So we really, really try to release these things, just let them go. No longer relevant anymore. No longer important. Just let them go at the deepest of levels and expand them out into the universe. Think how vast the universe is in comparison to you, tiny you. Think how tiny you are in relation to the earth and to the billions of people on the earth. There's just one you, and there's billions of other people, and this vast planet of ours. And then that's just tiny in comparison to the vastness of the universe. So when you think about your problems and you sort of dissolve them out into the universe, they get lost instantly. The universe can handle these kind of things with ease, just gone out into the blue sky, gone out into the universe. And then what do we bring back in their place? Well, if you are very specifically thinking about, let's say, a relationship with your father that wasn't good, and now you want to dissolve the whole thing and let it go, that's great. But what would you bring back in its place? Well, how about just bringing back sunshine, happiness, joy, into your life? Love, of course. Fill those feelings back into your life. Perhaps when you let go of something at this deep level and let it dissolve out into the universe, perhaps it's going to leave a hole in your heart. Perhaps it's going to leave a hole in your body somewhere. So we can bring back vast quantities of sunshine, happiness, joy, love, and just fill up the body again with these great emotions. So you don't have to be clinical about it and think, well, if I take away this part of the relationship, I'll have to put something else back that's similar. No, not at all. Just let your body deal with it in its own way. So here we have this idea, let go, let go, let go, and then we bring back healing deep inside. And that is the exercise that we call Kai and Her. So we'll do a bit of that later on. But here we just are in this visualization, very specific idea of just getting go, letting go, releasing, relaxing, and opening the body, and then bringing back and healing deep inside. So the last part of Dr. Pang's 8 phrases is quite simple. It just gives this idea that when we connect at this level, the whole connection between you and I is very, very fundamental. It really connects us. So we are working together at the moment in a chi field created by us online, created by us at this very moment. But the nice thing about it is that if you work in not in real time, if you happen to be on YouTube, you can still connect into the same chi field and feel the same connection. This idea of chi connections and chi fields, Dr. Pang says, no time, no space. So it doesn't matter. If you watch this video in 10 years' time, you're still connecting to the same chi field. time seems very kind of linear, and once it's done as far as we humans are concerned. But from an energetic perspective, that's not the case at all. So just enjoy this experience of being in the chi field, connected with practitioners across time and space. Dr. Pang created this idea of chi field, and since he created it, millions, actually I'm going to say tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people have joined into this chi space. The story of that is that they bring their good information into the chi field, as you are doing right now. You bring your good information to the chi field. You might think to yourself, oh gosh, I haven't got any good information, but I can tell you you have. Everybody has good chi information. Everybody's got something working. You might have something going catastrophically wrong with your upper body, but your knees might be in great shape. And so somebody who's got bad knees can get good information from you about knees, and you think, oh, there we go, you're helping other people at the same time. So you present yourself in the chi field just by being here today, by opening yourself up, by relaxing and just letting yourself be part of this idea. But the reverse of that as well is true, that there's so much good information for you to gather, so much incredible healing information for you to gather from the chi field. So if you find yourself at any stage of your day, any stage of your life, worrying and feeling upset and feeling lonely, feeling on your own, then you can just plug into this chi field idea. You can just think, I want to be part of the chi field right now. And you can place yourself in that idea. It immediately allows you to drop into chi field. So you just think, gosh, and think about me, think about the other people on this call, think about the other teachers, think about Dr. Pang, because everybody comes into this chi space. So you have this tool with you all the time. You're never not in our chi family. You're never not connected to this great set of ideas and ideals, I suppose. You're not ever disconnected from this possibility of healing yourself deeply. So let's just feel this chi field for a few moments. Feel your deep connection. Just know that somehow you are really, really connected. And that fabulous connection is able to bring healing information to you. So we thank all the teachers, and we thank Dr. Pang. We have this deep, deep connection, this great help from them, just allowing us to kind of absorb all this fabulous information deep inside. Ah, lovely. Okay. So I'm just going to sit now for the rest of this meditation. You can stand if you want to. But from time to time, we do little sitting meditations as well. Keep your steady chi state. Don't allow that to shift. Stay deep inside. Stay deeply connected. So our La Chi exercise just sees us gently opening our hands to the sides. We just open our hands perhaps from 20, 30 centimeters out to 50, 60 centimeters, and then back down. So perhaps like the size of a melon, and then we open it up a bit, and it could be the size of a beach ball. From a little yellow melon to a big green watermelon, perhaps. We're using fruit analogies. So stay deep inside your body. But when you open your hands out, just imagine you can start to dissolve parts of the body. Let go of things you no longer need. And we bring our hands back together again. It has this deep gathering, healing feeling. So we use the Chinese words kai. Kai is open. In its most basic sense, kai means open, like open a door. And then we use the Chinese word he, which means close, to gather qi deep inside. But these both, being Chinese symbols, have so much more behind them. Kai means expand, open out, let go, dissolve. And He means gather in, draw healing qi inside, bring it into the body. So there's such depth to these ideas, Kai and He. So when we say Kai, we can think about letting go of these patterns that have troubled us, letting go of the illnesses that somebody has told us we have, letting go of the information that we don't want anymore, such as, you're ill. And then when we gather the hands together, it allows us to bring healing qi back into the body. So in our analogy of a parent that we're cross with, when we open out, we let go of that parent, we let go of all the problems, all the associations, and then He brings back sunshine, healing, fills your body with love and joy. And then you might want to be very specific with this. In a circumstance like perhaps you've got a very sore knee, you could actually put your hands one either side of your knee and literally dissolve all the problems in your knee and then pour healing qi back into a perfect knee. But sometimes we're working with something a bit more nebulous, like a kidney or something like that. And so the thing to do is to imagine the kidney between your hands. And when you open your hands, you can just imagine all of the kidney's problems dissolving and letting go and out into the universe. And then when you bring your hands back, it can be an absolutely perfect kidney. I also used to use this when I was working on a healing for my mum. I used to imagine my mum on a sort of massage bed or something, or lying on the sofa, and have that little image of her between my hands, so that when I opened my hands, I could imagine all of my mum's problems dissolving out into the blue sky. And then when I bring my hands back together again, I could just see her body, perfect healing, working well. And so this suggests the idea we can work on other people kind of remotely as well using 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸. The nice thing about 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸 is that you should never be limited. The only thing that's going to limit you is your mind. I've heard about people who used 𝐸𝐴𝐺𝐸 on their car when it broke down. I've heard about all sorts of extraordinary stories. Working with your pets, working with your family, working with your job, working with your colleagues. We could open up our hands and just let all of the problems in a relationship dissolve out into the blue sky and then bring back a healing for that relationship so that now we're all happy, healthy, working together again. Kai means open, Kai means let go, Kai means dissolve out into the blue sky. Let go of the deepest level of your problems. Brings healing qi deep inside. So what is this? Where does it go? Are you being very specific about where you put this healing qi? Is it going exactly into your liver? Or is it going into a story, into a relationship, into a friendship, into a family member, into a job, whatever? You get the idea. Kai is open, Kai is let go, Kai is dissolve. Brings healing qi deep inside your body, deep inside your life, deep inside your story. Open with calm. Draw healing qi inside. Do you need to say 𝐸𝐸 out loud? No, the answer is no. You can say it quietly to yourself inside. You can just listen to me. It really doesn't matter. It can be like your breath as well. Maybe you breathe in when you say 𝐸, and maybe you breathe out when you say 𝐸. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you breathe out when you say 𝐸. Maybe you breathe in when you're gathering. Makes no difference. Maybe just ignore your breathing entirely. There's no right and no wrong here. Your body knows what it wants to do. Your body knows how it wishes to gather chi. So maybe you don't have to make any sound at all. Maybe you don't have to make any movement at all. Maybe you can do this in complete silence. Perhaps you can do it just deep inside your mind. Which leads me to suggest that you might be doing 𝐸𝐸 on the bus, sitting in church, going to an art gallery, lying on a hospital bed, whatever you choose. You might just be doing 𝐸𝐸 all the time, because all we're thinking about is letting go and opening out and becoming one with nature, becoming one with the vastness of the universe, becoming one with all there is, becoming one with the all-seeing eye, becoming one with the universe, becoming one with God. So it doesn't really matter what words you use to describe that experience, but what we're doing is just thinking about this absolute oneness that we can achieve. And then realizing that we are that one. We are deeply connected in that one. And so when we draw the healing chi back to ourselves, we are bringing back God, joy, heaven, chi, light, whatever you wish it to be, however you wish to visualize it. You can imagine drawing it deep back inside your life to fill your body with this deep fundamental healing. Feel this deep fundamental healing deep inside your life. Just for a moment, place your hands on your heart. Put your mind in your heart. How does your heart feel? Does it still feel busy? Does it still feel a bit chaotic? Or does it feel balanced and calm? In the Chinese story, the heart is the emperor of the organs, sits in the middle on his bright red throne, controlling everything. That's why the heart has such an important and deep place in our culture. In Chinese medicine, the heart is seen as being the home of the Shen. The Shen is essentially your spirit. When we spend a lot of time in the outside world, okay, so I'm just doing air quotes there, the outside world, worrying about other people, thinking about other people, thinking about jobs, thinking about shopping, thinking about religion, thinking about doctors, thinking about problems. When we spend too much time in the outside world, it exhausts our Shen, quite literally drains our spirit. So now what I'm asking you to do is to bring your spirit back into your brain and then sink it down deep into your heart. Bring your spirit home. The Shen lives inside the heart. So we put our mind inside our heart. We put our hands on top of our heart. We think about our heart deep inside our chest. And we think about the spirit returning home. Hold it deep inside. The more time you spend with your Shen at home, deep inside the heart, and not with your mind roving the world and constantly researching and working and thinking and worrying, the more time you spend with your heart inside, the better a healing you get in your body, the better a healing you get in your emotions, the better the healing in your mind, psychology. So bring your spirit back as often as you can. Bring it back and locate it in your heart. Hold it deep inside. Bring your Shen back home, deep into the palace of the heart. Your heart has to be a place that's fit to accept the Shen. So we can do some Kai-Ho with our heart. We can open up our heart and let all the problems of the heart dissolve back into the universe. And then we can bring healing chi, beautiful energy back deep into the heart to make the heart a place where the spirit wants to stay. So we can do Kai-Ho and imagine our heart expanding and opening. We can just take a little ball of chi in front of the heart. Let your heart open. So what happens when we open our hearts up? It means we can love, but not conditional love. Conditional love. I love you, but only if you do that for me. It's a very common thing we do. We say, I love my children unconditionally. And then we say to the children, you better do this or I won't love you. It's a very tricky thing, love. It can be very conditional. I'm only going to love you if you do this, if you're good. If you're bad, I won't love you anymore. So think about opening your heart really unconditionally. How nice. I'll tell you what happens when we get hurt. We put bars and locks and doors and metal plates across our heart to stop it from ever being damaged again. So now when we open our heart in this way, we can let go of the protection we've built. When did you build that protection? Ask yourself when you put some bars across your heart, when you close the doors to your heart. Think about the time you slammed the doors shut on your heart and perhaps haven't opened them since. Perhaps when we said Kai, the doors to your heart didn't really open fully. So let's try a few Kais to really imagine opening our heart up. Don't be afraid. You're in the chi field. The chi field protects you. The chi field allows you to really open your heart with no fear. Heart is open, 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 allowing love to pour into your heart. Just stay there, just for a moment or two. I'm just going to have a technical moment where I have to move, but you stay with that sensation of heart. So we just stay deep in this idea of heart. Now what we need to do is to bring back some deep healing for our heart. Because the only reason we closed our heart in the first place was because it got hurt. So when we say Kai, we let go of the people who hurt us, hurt our hearts. And now, when we say we gather healing deep back inside to bring back perfect healing for our heart. What does that mean? It means that we are taking the potential to love again. But the most important place to start with that is by loving yourself. So let's bring back the energy into our heart to bring back some real deep love inside our hearts. Brings back a glowing, healing. Red is the color of the heart, so red, healing, soft light, deep into the center of the heart. Her can heal the heart on a physical level, heal the muscles and the valves, and heal the ability to flow blood through your heart, the ability to keep pumping, the nerve to kind of keep twitching, as it were, keeping your heart going. So her can have a very deep physical healing on the heart as well. But her really draws beautiful, loving, healing chi back inside, making this the perfect home for your Shen, for your spirit. Feel that your heart is yet again a warm place. Feel that next time we say Kai, you can open the doors of your heart without feeling afraid. You can let love flow into your life and let your love flow out, and you're not going to lose anything by it. Let's say Kai to open up our newly working, beautiful heart. Open the doors and feel that ability for you to really, really loosen, relax, open. And then her brings back this healing deep inside. Brings back healing, love, joy, sunshine, red, glowing light deep inside your heart, everything working well. Do the same again. Let's open, 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 open out our heart. Open joy. Open the perfect, beautiful heart. Bring back healing deep inside. Bring back healing to the very, very core of your heart, making this the perfect spirit home for our Shen, making this the perfect functioning heart for our lives. Blood and chi flow well around the body because the heart is working so well. Everything else is in balance because the emperor of your life is happy. The Shen is at home deep inside. The emperor is pleased. Everything is working well. And the last thing we're going to think about is upper dantian, the brain. So your brain takes up the most of your head, really, but also right in the center of your brain is a little energy field. We call it Shenji Palace, is the Chinese name for it. It's like a little palace, and the image they often give you is the kind of idea of like a winter palace from a fairy tale. It's like a glass palace in the middle of a winter's night, in the middle of a kind of snowscape. And inside, there are beautiful lights shining, and it's shining in like stained glass windows, beautiful light coming out of the center of this incredible energy field in the center of your brain. So Shenji Palace is this core inside the center of your brain that radiates chi, radiates energy through the whole of your brain. So of course we'd want to stimulate Shenji Palace because it makes everything in the brain work well. We have so many worries these days about Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's and things, brain problems, that actually we could really do with working on the idea of a strong brain. Because we all know someone who lives to be the age of 100 and is still sharp and, they still have a sort of a great working brain all the way through their 80s and their 90s. And you want to be that person too. And this is what we do. We expand deep inside. We open out Shenji Palace. We open out the whole of our brain. You can literally have one hand at either side of your head and kind of just expand your whole brain like an opening out into the blue sky. And then when you bring your hands back together, you can draw healing chi deep inside Shenji Palace in the very core of your brain, but also flood every cell of your brain, every neuron, every synapse working well, all the aspects of your brain functioning really well. Why don't we think about our sensory organs as well? So, of course, we've got our eyes. You could just place your palms gently over your eyes for a few moments, and you can just imagine the chi pouring deep inside your eyes. Fill your eyes up, but also don't hesitate to have that chi go deep into the ocular nerves at the back of the eye, down and deep into the core of your brain where they connect. And so things like, sort of glaucoma or nervous problems or even just gently, just sort of gently bad eyesight can be cured by filling your eyes with chi. Imagine this beautiful torrent going into your eyes. So just open the hands away from your eyes and imagine your eyes opening, dissolving, all the problems of your eyes going. And then we bring the hands back and we bring them onto the eyes and perfect eyesight, perfect function, everything deep inside your eyes working well. Let's move to the ears. So when we open out, all of our kind of problems with deafness or tinnitus, things like that with the ears, just dissolve out into the blue sky. And then we bring this healing chi deep back inside. Send the energy deep into your ears. Imagine everything working well. You can imagine the chi going from your outer ear, all the way down the canal, right deep inside, connecting inside with all the little bones that move around and the hairs and the liquid inside your ears that move around and make the healing work. And then connecting from the nerves that go from your ears deep inside your brain. So we can just think about our eyes and our ears working really well. What else have we got? We've got our sense of smell. So why not put your hands over your nose? Imagine deep inside your nose. You can gently rub your nose if you wish. We can gently rub and have qi and blood flowing well through the inside of your sinuses, all the way inside your nose. Sense of smell, strong and working well. Nose is clear. And then we can move down to the mouth. So what about your teeth and your gums? You can imagine those in great working order. Your jawbone, your jaw joints, as it were, your TMJ. And then inside you have your mouth with your tongue, your taste buds, so the taste sensation on your tongue, and the saliva and everything inside your mouth. Teeth, gums, tongue, throat, all the way down. Your thyroid, everything working really well. So you could just open your hands out and imagine everything in your mouth dissolves, all the problems dissolve. And then when we bring our hands back together, we can bring this deep healing deep inside, bringing that back into your mouth, into your throat, into your tongue, into your thyroid. So we're just using the neck as well while we're doing the head. So why not imagine your thyroid and parathyroid in perfect working order as well? That's part of the endocrine system. That really helps the endocrine. So, of course, the pineal gland deep inside your brain. I forgot about the pineal gland, which is really at the center. And so you imagine your pineal gland, and you imagine your pituitary gland, and you imagine your thyroid gland. So that's a good chunk of the endocrine system really working well. We think about the nervous system that connects in the spinal column. Think about your nervous system really working well. And then blood and chi with the heart we've just been working on, but also the blood flowing through your brain, working well. Three of the major systems in the body in perfect working order. All of the sensory systems in perfect working order. Your brain in perfect working order. Just imagine everything in your head working well. Upper dantian, abundant with qi. And then finally move down from upper dantian, move down through your throat into middle dantian, and then move down from your throat and place your hands on the belly, lower dantian. This whole system, the three dantians perfectly lined up, blood and chi flowing well through your body, energy deep inside your body, all functions of your body returning to perfect working order. Just imagine that. All functions of your body returning to perfect working order. How wonderful is that? Going back to this image of you as happy, healthy, a good time in your life. And now we evoke the spirit of that time to go deep inside your body, deep inside your life, deep inside your ideas. Change your mind, change your life. Hear me now. Change your mind, change your life. Nothing has to remain the same. You can change anything you wish. You're only stuck in loops and patterns because you have decided not yet to change. Now's the time. Bring about that change. Let yourself change. Change. Shift. Change is good. Don't stick with the old stories. Don't just settle for the old rubbish that you've been used to. Want more. Make change. Change your mind. Change your life. Okay. So we're starting to come to the end of our healing session now. We've got our hands on our belly, and a nice thing to do is to rub circles around the belly button. So we can turn circles around. I tend to go anti-clockwise, and then I tend to go clockwise afterwards. Just do a few circles. And what that does, it just brings you back into your belly, brings you back into your body. You know, if you've been out in the blue sky, now we're coming back into our physicality, back into our bodies, back into our kind of, this moment, this time and space. So bring yourself back into this physicality. I'm just going to ask you to think about lower dantian for a moment, this lower energy field where we have our hands. Imagine that it's gone from a small field to a vast one that fills the whole of your belly. You've gathered so much healing energy inside that it's going to support you all the way through your week. It's going to fill you with energy. And then we imagine this lower dantian, this lower energy field. We can take the chi and move it all the way up our spine and fill our brain with this extra energy. Move it up our spine, fill the upper torso, fill the shoulders, fill the neck, all the way down to the fingers, down your spine, round your ribs like a big chi hug. So inside there's the lungs and the heart, the spleen and pancreas, the liver, the kidneys, all of your intestines, the whole digestive system, the nervous system, the blood system, the urinary system, the sexual system, all of these systems working well, coming back into perfect working order. Down in the lower part of the torso, where we join into our tips of the spine, the hip joints, the pelvis joint, and thighs and your knees, down to the calves and your ankles and your feet, arms as well, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingertips. Just feel every ounce of your body working well. Imagine your skin. So it comes from the top of the head all the way down the front of the body, under your feet, all the way back up the back of the body, over the top of the head, your sides, your arms, covered in your skin. The biggest organ of the body. Just imagine everything working well with your skin. And then round your skin is an energy layer. We call it the 𝐸 qi layer. It's like 2 or 3 centimeters of qi round your whole body, like a beautiful glow round your body. This protective shield keeps you safe, protects you from things like viruses and bacteria. So we can just imagine a big sort of field of qi around our body. And if anything, the winter time, there's always kind of things floating around. Just imagine they cannot penetrate into your life because you have this wonderful, strong qi layer around your body. But also it protects you from negative energy, things you don't need. So just see yourself in this glowing field of light, your 𝐸 qi layer. And then around that is something we call your chi body. It's like a meter, a big bubble in front, behind, left, right, up and down. This fantastic bubble of chi. It protects you too, but it kind of connects you out into the outside world as well. So we have this incredible protection and this balanced connection. Blood and chi flow well through your body. An abundance of energy deep inside your body. All functions of your body returning to perfect working order. All functions of your body, perfect working order. All functions of your life, perfect working order. Put a big smile on your face. Slowly open your eyes. That's better. Okay, so we say "hao la." It's a Chinese phrase that means good already. But if you kind of unmute yourself to say "hao la" on WhatsApp, on sort of Zoom, it suddenly means you appear on YouTube. Blah. So please don't unmute yourself. But I'll know that you're saying "hao la" along with me. So we do it 3 times. We put our hands up in the air. I say 1, 2, and then we say "hao la." And "hao la" means good already. It's an affirmation. It says everything that we've done in this past hour and a quarter is fixed, sorted, done. It's like a stamp, agreed, settled, ready, sorted. Okay, so let's put our hands up in the air. 1, 2. Ha. La. 1, 2. Ha. La. 1, 2. Ha. La. Very good. And we have a little final salute for each other in 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong. I don't know if you know, but the Buddhists, they always use the prayer hands, and the Taoists use a kind of grip like this as a kind of salute. But in Dr. Pang's world, in 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong world, we take our right hand, lift it up, so the palm's facing upwards, and the left hand down on top. And then you pull the fingertips together, so they kind of curl together, and the thumbs go on the end. So it's like a kind of yin and yang symbol almost. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for putting up with the sort of the confinements of this room and not being able to move or stand. But hopefully you've enjoyed the visualization of this and have a really, really lovely day. I'm going to put it up on YouTube later, so please try and share it with your friends if you can. Try and push it around, make an early Christmas present of it. And yeah, I mean, you don't even have to know about 𝐸𝐴𝐸 Qigong just to be able to do a simple visualization like this. So I hope you've had a really nice session, and I hope you feel great for the rest of the day, the rest of your week. Come and join me next week. Really good to see you. Thanks, everyone.